Good evening, morning, afternoon, freaks and geeks. This is Cass, and I'm back with another story. We're getting very close to Halloween now. So, I got a couple more spooky stories to tell. Ooh, spooky. Today, I'm doing the cliche of the Ouija board. But there are several reasons why it's cliche. I feel it's because it happens. I can't explain fully other than that. However, I just want to point out that if the Ouija board does summon spirits, then people are most likely going to experience the same kind of phenomena. Each people's going to experience their own phenomenon. So, this is just one experience, though, because every time we just do the Ouija board, the usual just happens. They answer questions, it's all creepy, and Halloween stuff. So, I keep hearing all these stories about people that, use the Ouija board and demons pop out. And then there's also those stories where people try to get rid of the Ouija board, burn it, and then green smoke comes out, and every time they try to get rid of the Ouija board, it appears again with nothing wrong with it. So, one day we were doing the Ouija board. I didn't want to participate because I was getting a little tired of the Ouija board. It seems silly. I mean, you got this mass-produced board produced by a board game company. And I am well aware of spirit boards and other ways to try to contact with the spirits, but doing the Ouija board seems less than the other spirit boards. Majority of the time people just push the pincha, or whatever it's pronounced. Please correct me in the comments. So anyway, my friend and my wife, or then wife, were doing the Ouija board just because. And they weren't really getting many people. My then wife tried to talk to her father, and not much happened with that. So they asked if there's anybody that wants to talk. And it goes to yes. And they asked who we didn't want to talk to, and it spelled out my name. I'm going to skip by this. Apparently the ghost was my father, but again, there wasn't really much going on. So I didn't fully believe it. And then they asked if there's someone else that wants to talk to me, and it quickly went over to yes. Everybody's like, oh, wow, that was quick. And the friend that was playing the board game, doing the Ouija board, he's the one that usually pulls pranks and fools around with people. He is one of the people I mentioned in the pranks video. So, turns out to be my dead friend. And I think tomorrow I am going to go more into about losing my father and my friend, just a little bit. However, what was going on, I was not in control of the pencha, and I think I'm just going to stop saying that and call it a pointer because I'm probably pissing people off, but I was not in control of it, so I couldn't move it. Also, this was a friend from my high school, and things happened at the high school that I didn't tell people about. My ex knew that I had a girlfriend in the high school and didn't last long. My friend also knew I had a girlfriend, but I told him very little. The only thing that my friend knew was that her name was Kenzie, but it was a nickname. So, they were talking, and it was giving us a little bit of information that I didn't tell anybody, and I started getting creepy. Or creeped out. So, started asking a few more questions, and it spelled out Mackenzie, like properly. Like how her middle name was. So, they did not know that. So it was extremely weird, and my friend wanted to give me the message of, like, love Mackenzie. And I'm like, this is my wife right here. Say hi. And he goes, oh, hi. Sorry. And my wife was a little uncomfortable at that point. So I was like, I think we should end this conversation. So that was like the first time the Ouija board gave information that no one knew. Oh, by the way, that's not the story. That's lead-in. So, I got really creeped out with it, and so did my friend, and no one really wanted to use the Ouija board anymore. So, we didn't even close the box. We just put it in the box on a pile. Weeks later, and of course the pile built up, I was actually cleaning up the pile because it was getting a little too out of control, and I noticed that the weight of the stuff we put on the box broke the Ouija board in half. I mean, it wasn't laying straight in the box, it was kind of slanted, and then it broke so that the stuff, like, fit in the box. You know, I hope you know what I'm talking about. So basically it was laying like this and then broke. So, we just threw it away. The board, the box, and the pencha all together. So, some of you might know, some of you might not know, but it is believed that when you break the Ouija board, it releases the spiritual energy that's been accumulated in it, and usually it's dark. Nothing happened in that apartment. No paranormal activity, no noises, nothing unexplained. I mean, weird things that we could explain didn't even happen. Like, let's say you hear, like, scratching on the wall and you look over and there's a mouse. And nothing like that happened either. But the Ouija board was my mother's, and I did not tell her what happened to it. We moved into an apartment, and then we had to move again after, like, some years. So we were moving the boxes, like she had, like, the board games stacked up on the shelves and whatnot. We're moving them, and we had a friend helping us move, and he suddenly exclaimed, "Oh wow, you guys have a Ouija board." I looked over and I'm like, "Did you guys buy a new one?" They're like, "No, that's the old one, the one we had as kids." And I'm like, "It can't be. I threw it away." So my mother and my brother got weirded out by it, so they threw it away. In the new house, we were moving stuff in, and somehow the Ouija board got packed with the stuff, even though we threw it away in the trash bin. Like, not like the garbage cans inside the house. It was the industrial garbage bin that the landlord has, like, a huge truck come and pick up. So we thought that was weird again and threw it away. A month later, we ran into it again. And this was after me joking about, it was like, "Oh yeah, watch us find it in our junk over here," and I was half right. It wasn't in the junk, it was in a pile of, like, books or something. So I was divorced at this point, and my new girlfriend suggested we submerge it in water before we throw it away. So we did that, and it worked. We have not seen the Ouija board since. I will update if we do find it, because that would be really creepy. Although now, which I don't care what you think, but I'm pretty sure there's people that believes that I just made up this story and I still have the Ouija board, or going to buy a new Ouija board and be like, oh my god, it's here. No, I don't do that kind of, like, popularity baiting. So, that's it of my story. If it creeped you out, then it creeped you out. If not, then you have... I'm just going to edit that out later, because, yeah. So if you didn't get scared by it, then you didn't get scared by it, and I don't really care, because I'm just telling a story. So, take it as it is. And I will see you next time. Stay white and nerdy. I can't shut this off.